Good day, guys, and welcome to Open Studio on Cape Town TV. My name is Ashley Brandt, and welcome to the show. Now, before we get into the show, we're going to show you guys a little bit of a clip with introduction of what it is my guests do. Enjoy.
There are certain people out there, people that strive to do the impossible, people that push the limits, people that do what others think is unachievable. Join us at XploreX 2019 to hear 12 of these modern-day explorers share stories of their epic achievements, all for a worthy cause. A full day of presentations that will leave you inspired and entertained. Tales that will have you sitting on the edge of your seat. Stories that will motivate you and ignite your wanderlust. 12 top adventurers, extreme athletes, pioneering sportspeople, trailblazers, expeditionites, modern-day explorers, roamers of the globe. XploreX 2019. Adventurers sharing tales for tales. A project in aid of animal welfare organization African Tales. Don't miss out on the opportunity to be a part of this exciting event on the 2nd of November at the Italian Club of Cape Town. Adventure awaits. Go out and find it.
There you go, guys. What an amazing clip. And today with us, our guests are here to speak about the exciting event, XploreX 2019. Guys, welcome to the show. Do you guys want to just introduce yourselves to us quickly? Who are you and what it is that you do?
My name is Alma Sharp, and I'm the manager at African Tales. We are an animal welfare organization based in Brooklyn, Milnerton, but we work all over the Western Cape. And this is Riley, but she's very tired.
Aww.
It's a dog's life. And she's up for adoption. She's a little puppy of ours.
Welcome.
Thank
welcome.
you.
My name is Christopher Fenter. I'm
Hi
a
there, Chris.
professional adventurer, as well as author and speaker. And I'm also the curator of XploreX. I was the one who came to the idea.
Thank you for
So
coming.
we are.
Thank you.
I'm Willie Richards. I'm an ultra-distance athlete, and I use my ability to raise funds for animal NPOs in the Western Cape.
Amazing. Now, guys, tell me, what is XploreX 2019? How old is this event?
This is our first event, actually.
Okay, your first,
And,
okay.
We came up with the idea after myself and my wife were returning from a TEDx event last year where I had her driving. Of course, I'm blind, so she was driving the car, luckily.
Okay.
And we nearly ran over a stray female dog that was walking with a litter of her puppies. And we were quite emotional about it and saw that we can't really be emotional and be upset unless we're prepared to do something.
Yeah.
So she said, well, Chris, you're an adventurer and you're a speaker. Why don't you approach TEDx or put an event together that helps raise funds for African Tales, which happens to be in our neighborhood. And they specifically run a mass sterilization program rather than just adoptions. So we got behind the event and we came up with the name XploreX, and yeah, that's the rest is history. And here we are about to have our first of hopefully many XploreX events. And this one is adventurers sharing tales for tales.
That is amazing. So you nearly drove over a litter of puppies.
Yeah, it was running out in the road. The female kind of crossed Boundary Road in Milnerton, and my wife had to slam brakes on, and we were quite emotional by that. We were quite upset because it was a very near call. We could have quite easily run into
them,
this
yeah,
entire
run over
litter
them,
of animals. Yeah.
Amazing. Why should we save the date on our calendars, and what makes this speaking event different to other speaking events?
Well, it's very rare that you'll have 12 of the top South African renowned adventurers together speaking, and the whole day event is it's one for the calendars in Cape Town as such, because it's all these people sharing their stories. There'll be live entertainment, there'll be a meal. It's really also for a good cause. So you get your table, your seat, and you'll have a great day where you'll be feeling inspired.
Amazing. And who is this event aimed at, and who can attend this event?
It's actually aimed at anyone. It's
Okay.
the speakers are all obviously sport-based personnel or people, but it's mainly there to motivate and inspire people to go chase their dreams, get outdoors, and just see what you can do with your own abilities.
So it's basically inspiring people as well at the same time
Yes,
as well.
correct. Yes, and to share
Amazing.
our tales.
And this event will be collaborating with the African Tales. What is it that the African Tales do? Tell us about them.
So African Tales is an animal welfare organization, obviously, but we are slightly different. That we believe that the only way of making a difference in this huge pet overpopulation problem that we are having is through proactive mass sterilization. So we do have adoptions. She's dreaming. She's sleeping. We do have an adoptions department, which is very important, obviously, as well. But we believe that the only way that we can stop this overpopulation is through sterilization and education about humane animal husbandry. So we go out to rural areas and township areas and wherever is needed, and we take all our things with and the vets and stuff, and then we go out and sterilize animals and run educational campaigns.
Amazing. And how long have you guys been around?
We've been around since 2006, so our founding members are still on our board. So we have a tiny little team, a close family, and we've been around for quite a while already.
And what role are you guys playing with the XploreX 2019 event? And why do you think that they've decided with you guys as an NGO to come on board with them?
Well, we're the beneficiaries of the event, so profits will benefit our organization. And I think because, as Chris said, they saw a need of this mother dog with the puppies walking across the road. We can put animals into shelters and adopt them out, and unfortunately, not a nice subject, but put them to sleep. We can do it over and over and over, but until we do something proactive by stopping that breeding through sterilization is the only way that we're going to make a difference. So just for interest's sake, one female dog, if her offspring isn't sterilized and their offspring isn't sterilized, one female dog can lead to the birth of 67,000 puppies in 6 years.
67,000 puppies
Puppies.
per year.
In 6 years.
Oh, in 6 years.
6 years,
sorry,
but
in
it's
6
still.
years.
So I mean, that just shows. You think, oh, I'm just gonna have my dog have 1 litter, but we have to stop.
Wow. Okay, guys, with that note, we're going to have to go on a short break, and we'll be back shortly. Do not go anywhere. Hi guys, and welcome back to the show. And for you guys who've just joined us, I've got phenomenal guests with me, and they're here to speak with us with the exciting event, XploreX 2019. Guys, once again, welcome, and it's so nice to have you guys here. I'm going to go back to African Tales. Just share with me quickly, where are you guys based?
So we are based in Milnerton, Brooklyn,
Okay.
Milnerton, but we work where there's a need.
Yeah.
So we do service the community in that area for sterilizations and other basic medical care there. But we go out wherever is needed. So we've just finished working in Pela and Mummeray, which is up the west coast. But wherever there's a need and the funds are available, we work where we can.
Nice. And what education programs do you guys also give around to the community with saving dogs?
So we believe that pet overpopulation doesn't just affect the animals,
Yeah.
the stray animals and things like that. It also affects the communities a lot. There's
does, yes.
aggressive animals, there's stray animals that carry diseases, all sorts of social problems that it can cause. And also, a lot of these children grow up in bad situations,
Yeah.
and so they don't have proper role models. So what is good is that we go out and we educate in schools the learners basic empathy for living beings. And that's lessons you don't forget. And those lessons that take into adulthood. And not only does it improve the lives of the animals that is in their lives, it improves their own lives and the community. Because if we do in-depth education with these learners and young ones, it's a skill, it's a life skill that they learn to have respect for life and for the world and for animals and for themselves and for living beings, and it just makes for bigger and stronger communities. So we educate children specifically, but we also educate door-to-door adults who just maybe don't have the know-how and the skills and so on. We educate about good basic animal husbandry, how to take care of your pet, how to feed, things like that.
That is very interesting because I remember me as a kid, I used to think when my parents had our dog spayed, I used to think it's the cruelest thing that they would ever do. It's like, why would they do? Because I want puppies. I want us to have puppies. But now just having a broader view with that, it is incredibly interesting. So thank you for that. Thank you. The day will also feature 12 unique speakers. What kind of speakers will be having at this event and why were they chosen?
Well, we've got quite a mixed variety,
Okay.
an assortment, an eclectic bunch, let's call it. We have people like Liesel van der Westhuizen, the TV and radio personality, who happens to also be an adventurer in her own right. She's competed in many ultra-marathons, Ironmans, duty, canoe marathons, things like that. And she recently went and cycled across the Himalayas.
Yeah.
We have Leslie Rochat, the shark warrior, who
The shark warrior?
you might see pictures of a very beautiful woman, sometimes scantily dressed, swimming with these massive big beasts of the ocean. We have Richard Kohler, for example, who was recently the South African Adventurer of the Year after kayaking in the entire South African coastline. A young girl called Kaylee Mycroft. Kaylee is in a wheelchair. She has cerebral palsy and she's an adventurer. She will not let her disability stop her. And she has been featured on television programs around the world, the Ellen Show, things like that. And Kaylee has been towed and competed in the Comrades, in the Two Oceans, in the Cape Argus. She has also climbed Kili. She's basically been carried up Kilimanjaro. We have people like Tegan Phillips, a young girl who recently decided she wasn't ready to stop and face the real world, so she went and rode a bicycle and competed in an Ironman a day around South Island of New Zealand. Alex Jackson, who's the guy behind the Riding for Rhinos campaign. People like the amazing Willie Richards sitting next to me here, who's just completed a cycle from Stellenbosch to Plettenberg Bay and a run back over 14 days, is that right?
13 days.
13 days. It was an ultra marathon a day.
Yeah, I did an ultra day.
As a fundraiser, of course, for African Tales as well.
Tell us that experience. What was that like?
Oh, well, some long and hard days out there. I left on the 10th of September and I bike packed to from Stellenbosch to Plettenberg Bay, unsupported. And then once I got there, I grabbed my backpack and then I ran 13 ultras back to back, all the way the same route called the Cross Cape route, back to Stellenbosch. And the overall trip was 20 days. And it was my 5th adventure to raise money and funds for animal NPOs, particularly African Tales.
Amazing. Now, I listening to you guys, so I can obviously tell that these speakers, they also come with amazing stories. What are some of the stories that resonate with you personally that made you come on board? Can you share with us some of these stories?
Well, I've always been an animal lover.
Yeah.
And it's one thing to, for example, my first big adventure after working for many years as a chef and wanting to be a writer and adventurer and not being good enough to just thumbsuck a story, having to live the story first. My first adventure was to ride through Africa on a Vespa scooter. So I traveled all the way from Cape Town, South Africa, to Dublin Island over 8 months. And unfortunately, that's where I contracted the virus and ended up losing my sight. And crossing Africa, seeing all the stray animals and the neglect and the total lack of respect, regard, education, and understanding around how to treat animals has always kind of been a thorn in my side. It's made me want to do something good.
Yes.
So I now obviously work as an adventurer, an author, and a professional speaker. So I'm trying to use my skill and do something good out of it, and also share my story with the general population rather than just with these big corporates that we go and present to, and give people opportunity to come and enjoy the day and hear these amazing inspirational stories, and at the same time let somebody get the benefit of that day.
Awesome. Now, besides the speakers, what else can we expect in this event? What other entertainment will also be there?
We have a live band. We have 3 MCs. There will be some items auction, little things like adventure days, kayaking experiences, things like that. The Italian club is kindly catering a meal, so we'll have a light pasta buffet lunch, and there will be some products on display, some kayaks and all sorts of adventure gear, so people will be able to have a look and see that. And I think most importantly, people need to realize Cape Town is the adventure capital of Africa. This is where people are kayaking and riding their mountain bikes and hiking and enjoying the outdoors.
Yeah.
So to be in a room with like-minded people, with a few hundred like-minded people, and being in the environment, just to network with those people.
Yes.
You will find people, the following day will be climbing mountains and things like that. We have a guy, for example, who's Costa is climbing Lion's Head 500 times, and he's run into some medical difficulties, so he's inviting people to go and join him to help motivate him, and he has 5 charities involved in his fundraising project, and he's, of course, one of our speakers. Now, I'm certain that after XploreX, there's going to be a bunch of people from the audience that
Of course.
go and join Costa and climb
Yeah.
Lion's Head with him.
That's amazing. What day is this event taking place?
It's on the 2nd of November. It's a full-day event, so the gates will open at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we'll wrap it up by 4 in the afternoon. And I know it's a rugby day, but don't worry, we will have some big screens there, and if we're in the rugby at that point, who knows, we will have the rugby, and we'll make it a
Amazing.
part of the event.
With that, guys, we're going to go on another short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with some more XploreX 2012. Got it, XploreX. Hey, guys, and welcome back to the show to XploreX 2019. Guys, welcome back with a good laugh. So that was amazing. Can you please tell us about the proceeds that will go to the African Tail? Would you like to tell us more about this and the funds that Willie has sponsored you guys? How will you guys be using this?
We through sterilization. So,
Yes.
for example, I think a nice story is that when Willie was now out on his last journey, he ran through Riversdale, which is an area about 4 hours from here, and basically saw that there is a need. And so when I saw Willie running for the last, I would say, kilometer after this event's almost done, he was running like a question mark, like he was running so, like, because he was done, like it was long.
This was, yeah.
But his first words to me was, "There's animals I saw and there's a need in Riversdale." And I instantly just felt like the universe is aligning and telling me that we have to utilize the funds that he has raised through this event because it's very suitable. He saw the need, he identified it, and I did some research. They do not have any access to vets there in that area. So through his funding and through funding from XploreX or whatever, so through XploreX's funding, we would
Yeah.
like to sterilize animals in Dunoon, where there's a huge need. But through Willie's funding, we're going to sterilize 53 animals so far
Wow.
in Riversdale. But those 53 animals eventually stops the breeding of 3.5 million possible puppies that could be born.
Wow.
And I mean,
Yes.
that's animals like this that end up at our doorstep in cardboard boxes, sick with diseases, riddled with parasites, and looking for homes. And this is where they come from. So 53 might not sound like a lot of animals.
Yes.
If we can, we would like to push it to at least 100. But you know, it really has a massive impact because we're doing education as well. So we're going there and we'll be giving kennels to those dogs. We'll be giving food parcels, all those things.
Nice.
So it's a huge impact that Willie is making through his campaign.
Now, how long did it take you guys to formulate this event? And I'm pretty sure it was very challenging. And how did you guys overcome these challenges?
I think I came up with the idea originally about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And I put a team together, so we have a different team that handle different tasks. So for example, I deal with the speakers. We have somebody that deals with we call it the ink, so it's branding. Somebody that
Yeah.
deals with hype, which is social media. And we have a corporate team. So I brought a group of people in that I believed would be the best to help me drive this project. And we then found a venue. We put the whole project together, and then we went to African Tales. I didn't want to go to them with an idea. I wanted to go to them with a plan and say, listen, this is what we'd like to do, and this is what it can do for you guys.
Yeah.
And beyond, of course, the event itself, we obviously want to give them exposure, because the more people that follow them on their social media, the more people that support them and are there when they need support, the better for them. So yeah, it's a year and a half's worth of little bit of work, but certainly over the last 6 months, it feels like a full-time job.
And this event will take place at the Italian Club.
At the Italian Club.
Why was it chosen? And will people get a nice Italian dish as well?
They will certainly. Look, the Italian Club is Milnerton based, and
Yes.
the township that we're fundraising for is Milnerton based. A lot of our supporters and that will come out of that area as well. But luckily, it's only 6-7 kilometers away from the city, so we're nice and centrally located. The Italian Club does have a well-suited venue, and African Tales offices also happen to be just a couple of kilometers away, and well, for my personal benefit, my house is also a kilometer away. And yeah, we're quite keen to just sell tickets and get people there and fill the tables and make as much money as we can for African Tales, so that we can also focus on our other projects.
Yes. Focusing on other projects, I was just about to ask you, what is the future looking for Explorer 2019?
Well, XploreX 2019, the theme is adventurers sharing tales for tales.
Yes.
Or tales for waggy tales,
Yes.
of course. But down the line, if it is successful and we do decide to continue with the brand, who knows? It might be South African inventors sharing stories for the dogs or something. Who knows? We right now are really just focusing on having a successful event, and I've got a young baby boy at home. I want to one day give him a reason to be proud of me.
Of course, absolutely.
As does Philly. His is not as young.
Who qualifies to speak at your event, and if they should have some miraculous stories to tell?
Well, this event, of course, it was all about adventurers, and we had quite a task to choose the 12, because we've probably got about 20 that we had to kind of put on the back burner. People wanted to speak. They wanted to get up there and share their stories, and certainly because it's for such a good cause.
Yes.
So we might well have another adventurers event down the line. But I think once we finish this event, we'll get to the new year. I've personally got another adventure happening next year, and at some point we'll sit down with the team and say, right, what now? And then we'll figure out, perhaps open up on our website for people to apply.
Yeah. Do you have any other NGOs or companies that sponsor you guys, or?
Absolutely not. So every speaker, and a
Okay.
professional speaker, for anyone in the corporate world will know, it costs a lot of money to book a professional speaker. So to have 12 speakers volunteering their time, sound guys, film guys,
Yeah.
printing guys, branding guys, everybody volunteering, tables, tablecloths, the Italian club, everything being sponsored basically to purely raise funds for African Tales. The event's expenses are minimal. We want this to be about African Tales.
Absolutely.
And, you know,
Like when we have situations
little dogs like this that shouldn't be in cages. They should
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
they should be adopted. They really deserve better.
and a better home and a better lifestyle.
Of course, yeah.
absolutely. How can we get a hold of you guys?
Our website is explorex.co.za. So it's XploreX.co.za, and on the website it'll give information about how to purchase tickets. Our tickets are sold through web tickets, and they're available right now. Ticket sales close in a couple of weeks' time, so probably by the time the show is aired, it's going to be close. So
Yeah,
grab
yeah.
your ticket as quick as possible, and yeah, come and join us.
And what is your social media feed? What is it?
It's well, we have various different ones. On
Yeah.
Twitter, we're XploreX CT. We're on Instagram, XploreX, and on Facebook, just search XploreX, and you'll find us all over.
Nice. Just briefly, quickly, how many animals have you guys helped so far?
So far, we have sterilized in total 15,000 animals.
Wow.
Is the total we've sterilized. Homed over 1,000, and countless and countless of medical interventions and just living condition interventions over the last couple of years.
Guys, thank you so much. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. Willie, Chris, your name again? Alma, dankie man, is net awesome, Robin, you know, and just to have a situation like this, guys, to adopt a pet, guys. She's up for adoption, guys. So
And her
you'll
siblings.
Yes, yes, yes. So thank you so much, guys. Everything of the best. So you guys can find them on social media. Thank you for watching the show, and make sure you get your ticket November the 2nd, XploreX 2019. God bless you. I'm Ashley Craigbrand, and watch us again. Goodbye.
Thank you.